Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rich Taylor, aka Spec Media host, bringing you another episode of Buy the Dip. We are at episode 27 already. It's been so fast. Thank you guys for all your support. Let me bring in my co-host, Aaron Yeezy Yee. What's up, Aaron? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Chilling.
So
Glad I
you just
worked a 10-hour shift today. Woo, let's go.
so you just pulled a big card, I hear, huh?
Oh yeah, I was gonna show during pickups, but I mean I
Okay,
can
all
show it
right.
now.
Fair enough. Fair
But
enough. No, that's cool.
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
You guys make sure I had to turn the live chat on. I run it. We're doing this to the last second. So give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the live chat. Should be working now. All right. So first up, we have Heroes Born Comics. He gives us some I don't know what that is. Mitt. And I like these emojis. These are cool. AOA, I'm working on your emoji still, so we'll have all the emojis ready for next week. And on top of that, I put out a message for all of our new members. We only have 4 members, so it's not like anything crazy, but just to let you guys know, there is a community tab here on our YouTube page, and then there's a specific members only message area. So make sure you guys check that out. I appreciate it. Here, Jersey to the Bay is saying yes to surfing. Both of us, Aaron and I, doing dual surfing, which I've never heard of actually. But
I'm pretty sure it's Heroes Reborn.
oh, is it Heroes Reborn? I was like, Heroes Born? Should I say underscore? No. All right. Heroes Reborn. Gotcha. Thank you. Yee always coming up and cleaning up my mess. He says, what's up, Yee and Richie? Appreciate you.
Chilling.
Jersey to the Bay, catching waves. Tom, what up? Can see it. What up, buddy? Glad you made it. Spider Guy Murph in the house. Giving it, throwing up the horns. Appreciate you guys. As always, you guys, most of you guys are probably still over at Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel. If you're not, you will not hurt Yee or I's feelings if you guys want to jump over there and finish up his show. It's all good. He's having a great show. He's having a 6-year reflective with Key Collector, with everything that's going on in the industry of comics. Make sure you guys are checking out Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, where Tuesdays he has his industry show, and Wednesdays we have our flagship. Saturday is just crazy. If you get offended easily, I don't suggest tuning in. But if you are laid back like Aaron and I, and try and do your best to keep an open mind, then Saturday is a show for you. So that's Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel. Real Fake Com says, cool lasers. Yes. I don't know how he does that. I have a Mac too. And I can't do it for some reason. So
It depends on which processing chip you have.
Okay.
So,
I have an M3. So
you have the M3? So
I have
yeah.
M3, yeah.
Okay. So we can work on it afterwards. Yeah, it's just like, so in your upper menu bar on your Mac, you see the green camera button.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you click on that, and then do you see
reactions?
Yeah, so that the little magnifying glass, that should be green.
Yeah, it's green. Oh,
there you go.
Dude, this is amazing. Now every video and every live stream comes out, you're getting lasers, you're getting these.
It's fireworks. Yeah.
Well, Aaron must have the.
And then one thumbs up will just give you a thumbs up eventually, I think. There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome sauce. All right, let's get into it. Let me remind you guys, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, if you guys could do us a favor and share this content, we appreciate it. And if you want to leave us a comment or question in the comment section and any kind of feedback, feel free to. We will get back to you and answer. We like to chop it up and hang out with you guys in the comment section. We appreciate it. And the sponsor of the show, Gemini Comic Supply, as you guys know, you get 10% off your first, second, or third order. I talked to Brian Kelly recently. He said that the the Popcorn 99 and the SSP 99, like super short print 99, they work consistently. So it doesn't just, it's not a one and done. And I thought that was amazing. I didn't know it did that. So that's awesome. So shout out to Gemini for hooking us up with that. Let's go ahead and get into the books. This is By the Dip episode 27. Thank you guys once again for joining us and all your support. We are going to start with, as you guys know, our honorable mentions from last Friday's House of Stein YouTube channel, the original Hot 10 comic show, brought to you by the one and only Ben Stein. Make sure you guys are getting your Stein packs as well. Before we get into it, Aaron, did you get a Stein pack besides the one that he hooked us up with?
I did not. I'm trying to save as much money as possible for San Diego, so I'm trying not to spend any money at all.
There's my guy Wilbert. Wilbert is my man. Appreciate both of our guys. I mean, he has been just killing it in the live chat on Hot 10, along with here on Spec Media. He says production value to level 10. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Jake in the house says, holding it down with the wrench for us. We appreciate you, brother. He says, hello all. Appreciate you, Jeff. You're a good man. And Wilbert with a $9.99 super chat. Oh my God, that's amazing. He says, LFG, let's effing go. And best spec show in their game. In the game, their game, maybe one of the other. But appreciate you, brother. Wilbur, you're awesome. Go ahead.
I don't know what he's talking about. I've seen some of the books that he submitted to Red Hood for pressing and that he was gonna grade. So
were they good?
Dude, he sent some like crazy books. I don't know what you're talking about.
Monster books?
Like what, on one submission, how many UF4s did you send? Was it like 10, 20?
Dude, I told you, Wilbur, man. I mean, Aaron already knew. I didn't need to tell him, but yeah, man, Wilbur's the man. Appreciate you, Wilbur. And Doc Joe in the house saying, look at these bums. Yes, that's right. How about them bums? Those Dodgers.
Oh, how about these bums?
Is that the Astros?
Yeah,
I like that Astros hat. That's actually really cool.
It's from the Topps one where you got the card, the pack of cards.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a throwback to the 93.
Nice. Appreciate you. I didn't know that they would freaking made a hat like that. Now that you showed me, I might have to look into it. And
they did every team.
I would get that hat, and then I would have a seamstress, because the hat is beautiful. It's my color and everything. Then I'd have a seamstress put a big red circle with a cross on it right there. Appreciate you, Doc Show.
Because it's a licensed baseball hat. No, I'm just joking. They probably would do it in LA.
Is it licensed?
Yeah,
it is licensed. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a Mitchell and Ness hat.
That's amazing. Look at Mike is back. We've been looking for you, Mike, at Whatnot. I know both Bryan and I were just talking about the other day how you were holding it down with the wrench for us in Whatnot and here on YouTube. You are doing a killer job. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And then I know last week I didn't have time to call you back, but hit me up because I actually will have a couple days. I'm just going to be protecting Frankie from all the fireworks. He's not feeling well anyways. I mean, he's feeling better, but we got some weird news from the doctor yesterday. We don't know which way. We'll talk about that later. But I'm still saving up for the surgery, and it should be between $2,000 and $10,000. And now it's starting to look like, according to the doctor, he's not suggesting it, meaning that it's probably hospice, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it and get all choked up. Okay. Jeffrey Drake in the house. He back in the house, holding it down with the rich. He just became a YouTube member of Spec Media. Appreciate you, brother. And yeah, Mike, no, it's cool. It's actually not cool. It's actually devastating. And I can't talk about it. All right. So I appreciate you, Mike. Ferdy in the house, says yo. All right, let's get going. Honorable mentions from last week's House of Stein original Hot 10 comic show, brought to you by the one and only Ben Stein. Stein Pack 9s. We're live. Hope you guys got one. Let's get into it now. Starting off with Spider-Gwen, issue number 1. This is the Adam Hughes 1-in-100. This is from the 2015 series. CGC in a CGC 9.8. Such a beautiful cover. had a really, really slow start out the gate once first to market, I believe, and then it just totally took off. Pandemic prices were just out of this world, and even after the pandemic, it was still hovering at a pretty decent amount. What's going on here now, Aaron?
Oh yeah, for CGC 98. Oh, he just dropped. A CGC 98.
Oh my god, my power just went out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. That is so crazy. I'm so sorry, guys. My power just booked out. Hang on one second. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. That's not good. All right, let's start again, guys. Thank you for super chats. I will be offering refunds after the show. But if you do want to support us so I can pay the power bill, please let me know. No, I'm kidding. All
You
right,
gotta keep
let's
the
go.
lights on here, you know.
Spider-Gwen
All right.
1, Adam Hughes 1 in 100, a CGC 98. What's going on here?
All right, take two. So a CGC 98 signature series just recently sold for 320. It has like what was it? The blue label average was 384. Is that right?
Yeah, I
And,
didn't equivalate the 320 signature series. I just wanted to bring it up because I couldn't believe how low it was.
well, so and then yeah, so this is down about 34%, and it kind of shocked me to see even at the average of 384. I mean, I get that Gwen books are down.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the peak was, but I don't think it ever broke over 1K, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was close, but it was, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But
I don't
still, for 2015, pretty much a very minor key. I mean, a first solo series. I mean, and on top of that, this book was heavily, heavily printed. Even on a 1 in 100 being, we always estimated, at around 1% cap. I mean, still, there's plenty of copies out there.
I don't know though, but how often do you actually run into this book? I mean, I have one in a 98.
Yeah, I see this book a lot in my side of town. I see it on the walls almost every other time I go to the LCS. Plenty online, but not in it. But I'm not talking about in a CGC 90. I'm just talking about in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like even raw is like I think if I ran into this raw and found it for around $100, I would definitely consider it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, not much more than that. Like maybe 150 at tops. Like depending on like obviously looking at condition and stuff like that, like really closely. Uh, but I mean, I personally like this book. This is a great Adam Hughes.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron. My bad.
And I was going to say the last thing was like I think it has that potential to grow, right?
Yeah, that's actually that's a great point. I will add that this is something that I think I would want in a season. I don't think I'd want to find this raw and take that chance. I mean, because like I was saying earlier, I mean, it's not like we're gonna go and open and read a 1 in 100 anyways, but it's the cover that is selling this book. So I'd rather just get it with these down prices. I feel like if you could get between 280 and 350, I think that isn't the worst idea. So you could slap it on your wall. But I do not see the floor. To be honest with you, I do not see the floor of this book. I do see it dropping down to about $300. I see that's the floor. And if it goes up, I could be, I'm wrong. But to me, it just feels like this thing has more decline. What do you think?
I mean, that was about the price I bought into it. Was like about $300 in a 98. So, do I think it'll go below that? Probably not. Like
Below 384 on a 98?
I mean, no. Like, do I see it going below 300? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't. I don't think it's going 300. I think, but if we get an average of 300, then there's going to be a few dips
of like 250. Like this, it's like probably someone like starting an auction at $1 or whatever at a weird time.
100%. Exactly.
So I mean, like, I feel like a lot of Gwen books and stuff like that will go back up whenever we get that second part of the second Into the Spider-Verse film.
100%. Totally agree with. I just think this solo series is just kind of, there's so many covers too. It's, I don't know. I see the floor of this around $300, and for me, that's my trigger point. If it doesn't reach 300, and actually, let's say, just goes up from here, or goes to 350 and goes up from there, then I will miss out on this book. So, looks like AOA's in the house. He's dropping everybody's IGs. I highly appreciate you, AOA. In case you missed me at the beginning, AOA, I'm working on your emojis. I know there's 8 of them, so 4 different ones. So we'll have 2 of me and Aaron, and I. We'll have the other 2 of Bryan and Ben, and we'll do our PSA 10s and all that other stuff. So I appreciate you for reminding me last week. I'll have that ready for you next, probably most likely by next week. So, and then Doc Joe's in the house, like I was saying. He says, "What's $100? Buy that sucker." He even says he doesn't have this book, so I wonder if he made the purchase on eBay while we were talking. Appreciate
did he find one raw for 100? I was just guessing. Like, I have no idea like what they're actually going. Do you know what they're asking for raw in your area? Town?
You know, I didn't look at I didn't pull the data, but my part of town, LCSs, when this is on the wall, it's always 100 up. So, and I've seen this as high as 225, and I saw it sit on the wall for almost a year straight. So,
gotcha. Yeah.
I have a couple LCSs that I go to. One in particular, he just gets so many good books. So it's like you have this sitting on the wall, and then you'll have like a Hulk 180 right next to it. You know, it's like, you know, crazy key issues, modern, all the way down to Silver Age. He even has Golden Age crazy covers too, pre-code, you name it. Comic Students and Toys. Really good comic shop. It's my favorite comic shop. It's also another good one in Laguna. If you ever come out here in Orange County, it's called Nuclear. Really good. And then down in your area, shout out to Manny the Comic Collector. He actually lives in San Diego County, real down, right, like close to Gaslamp Quarter. I believe he in either El Cajon or a little bit north. He knows all the spots, and he's the guy. He's just like Leg and Doc Joe and all, and Red Hood and these guys, Wilbert, the diggers that find crazy deals. So shout out to Manny. All right, let's move on to the next honorable mention from last Friday's House of Stein original Hot 10 comic show. We're looking at, this was actually a submission from Kevin Taylor, aka Trophy Comics. This was Roger Rabbit issue 12. This is your Bondage Jessica Rabbit cover. Multiple eBay listers list this as being what was I saying Friday? Being banned, right? Banned.
Oh, and yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, so but we couldn't find anything about the banned information on that. So CGC 98 Direct had a low sell of $138. It currently has a fair market value average of 149, and it's currently down 30%. So,
yeah, Real Fake is like, I want this one, and I was thinking the same thing. What do you think?
I think we talked about this on Long Story Short, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I don't remember census numbers, but I don't think there were a whole bunch.
Yeah, I would imagine there's very many, even direct. I would prefer newsstand though. I did see the newsstands versus the directs. I actually put the newsstand on the thumbnail. I think I would be searching for the newsstand, and I did get the prices for the newsstand just in case you guys are wondering. So on the newsstand copies, the average fair market value over the last 90 days, and there's at least 5 sales, $220, with a high sale of $231, a low sale of $218. Last year, up above $300. So, yeah, those are down as well.
Is this the last issue in the run too?
Don't know. I mean, it is the 12th issue, so you might be onto something there. You know,
I can't remember if it was or not, but yeah.
I believe Recall Comics. Bryan said he checked it out on Friday. He said he couldn't find it. Any info?
Yeah, he didn't see anything on Recall Comics.
Yeah. So,
but I didn't look any deeper either.
Yeah, so this was a submission from one of our subscribers, one of our followers. Good guy, Trophy Comics. He opened my eyes to a lot of he how does he put it, award-winning comics. I don't know if that's Eisner Award or what have you, but it goes back all the way to the 80s, and some really good stories, some really good cover art, really good panel work. And he submitted this, so thank you for that. Appreciate you. Were you going to say something else, Aaron?
No, that was
yeah. So issue 1 also I wanted to add, because when I was pulling the date on this, I did a little bit of due diligence. Issue 1, so I believe issue 1 is the first Roger Rabbit ever, right? It's like the first appearance of Roger Rabbit in US comics, right?
Oh, okay. 18's the last
18 is the last issue. Okay, good.
I knew it was something towards the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like 220 25 for a CGC 9.8 and a newsstand isn't the biggest price difference to me. $75 to get what I'm looking for, but I think even this as a direct is actually, I think it was a great submission. It is a good investment. I see this thing seeing bumps up in the future. What do you think?
Well, so the crowd that grew up with Roger Rabbit and Jessica Rabbit,
me,
like has, well, I mean, like, and then like my generation caught that too, like the tail end of that, like. But past my generation, do you think they'll care about Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit? I think that's, like once millennials don't care, like, Gen Z and on are not going to care about this.
True, but we could have said the same thing about Karate Kid, right? And then Cobra Kai happened. And then, I mean, how many nostalgic movies or series, pop culture that became pop culture followings because there was either a redone or some kind of different kind of media from comic book to series to animation. The way that these Hollywood moguls are reaching back into these nostalgic different kinds of media from comic books to, like I was saying, to series and silver screen movies. It seems like they know that there's money to be had there. So I believe it's going to still happen. And I can totally see Roger Rabbit being, for lack of a better term, either recycled or redone.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they would change up Jessica Rabbit like too much. You know what I mean?
Oh, with cancel culture and
right.
Basically the sign of the times. I get it.
Yeah, like look what they did to, like, I don't know, something like Lola Bunny, right? That they brought back in Space Jam. I mean, I didn't expect it to be a like straight transfer from the 90s or anything like that.
Right.
But they definitely like downplayed like that she was a girl bunny, right?
Right. No, that you actually make a lot of sense there, bro. That was strong. Yeah. I mean, that will definitely be consideration. I'm not saying that Bondage is going to be the next Roger Rabbit, but if that does happen and Roger Rabbit is redone for nostalgic reasons, this could become a very popular comic, because even if let's say they don't do, like you were saying, a risque or a scantily clad Jessica Rabbit, they cover her up, that can make this even more desirable.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, that is it for last week's short form on House of Stein Original Hot 10 comic show. Make sure you subbed up to the House of Stein YouTube channel. Ben owns that channel. He is the man that writes 4 lists every week, and he's a good dude. It's just an all-around good content. You can't lose. So make sure you guys are subscribed to House of Stein. And I highly suggest being a member for House of Stein, especially if you're into opening comic books. He has these amazing mystery packs that he calls Stein packs. He's done it 9 times, and you always succeed your money put into it, meaning that if you paid 150, you're typically going to get 155 up of sought after comics. So make sure you set up to him.
I ended up with a Red Sonja slab on one of the previous Stein packs.
Nice.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then I looked closer. I was like, oh, it's a Jenny Frizen. And then and then I just put it in the box and didn't think about it. And then we covered it on Long Story Short one day. I was like, oh, I have that book. And then he's like, yeah, there's only like 2 9/8s on the CGC census. I'm one of those 9/8s.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. A lot of good stories coming from Stein packs. I've broke them with them. I broke Stein packs with them one time, and I just came home from work. I was tired and I didn't know if I wanted to do it. And I think you jumped on. I think it was like right before Long Story Short, and it was such a fun time. It was like me and him, and then it was me, you, and him, and then it was fun. So make sure you guys are subbed up to his channel, because when the Stein packs are fully sold out, he picks a day that he's going to break it. It's typically on a weekday, Monday through Thursday. So make sure you're subbed up. You have your notifications on. All right, let's go. Here we go. This is Aaron and I's list for Buy the Dip, episode 27, comic book investing list. In case you don't know, and this is your first time here, this is a list that Aaron and I put together of sought after, collectible. Most of them are key issue comics that will either, do something in the future for the good when it comes to equity, or we will disagree or agree on it not, and maybe staying away from the book. So let's get into number 5. We're looking at Spawn, issue number 1, specifically in a newsstand edition, graded as a CGC 9/8 from 1992. Multiple first appearances, your first full Spawn. You get your first Sam and Twitch, first, how do you say his name? Melbogia or whatever. We're looking at a 12-month average from June of last year to last month, very beginning of last month. I put 31st. It actually went 31st and 1st. Average fair market value for this in a 9/8 near mint grade, $700. High sales of $961 and multiple sales of $850. Aaron. Now we're looking at on the 30-day from June 1st to July 2nd. Average fair market value now $549. I actually added this screenshot here. I didn't incorporate into the average now this lot that was sold, and I went ahead and did pull the data for direct, just so you guys could have kind of a peace of mind. So this guy on the bottom, he won an auction, or maybe it was a buy it now, I don't know. But on June 29th, he got a direct CGC 9/8, and he also got a newsstand CGC 9/8 for $675. And the average on the direct are going for about 141. So he came out a little bit ahead with the average now. Aaron, this was actually your submission. I thought it was a great one. What's your opinion on this?
No, man, I was shocked to see this low sell of, what was it, the 544 today, for a newsstand, right? To me, that seems like a criminally low price. But I mean, I guess there's more and more copies that are surfacing. Because what's the thought on this book, that it's probably like what, a 1 in 100 for every directs there are,
right?
And then how many copies did this sell again? Like over 1 million.
A million,
like
yeah.
So you can only imagine how many newsstands are out there, if it was that percentage, right?
Right.
So I assume that people have been sitting on them for a while, and they're like, oh, those are going up more in the market, less people buying them. I think it's also gonna be interesting to see if there are people that correct the census numbers, right, by either like sending in their direct, their blue label graded as direct or whatever newsstand copies if they send those in for relabeling. But you know,
Yeah.
I guess only
Yeah.
time will tell on that situation. Um, I it's hard to tell what Spawn's gonna do. People have been waiting so long for whatever McFarlane's doing with the Spawn property, whether it's a movie, whether he's starting a streaming service, or whatever he's doing now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to go ahead and let you know I've probably had 25 plus copies of Spawn 1 in my lifetime that I always sell for that minimal 20 to 35 bucks raw. I've never had a newsstand. I've had a newsstand in 2 through 100. Never had a newsstand of this. I've always wanted one just for the PC. But I want to go ahead and continue by saying Don Santos is in the house, aka Santos, aka Sniff Comics says, I was buying this newsstand book for $300 and 9/8 for months. Still holding. I think that was pre-COVID prices. Interesting. I didn't check the pre-COVID prices. I did check pre-COVID prices on one of the books we're going to talk about, and I know a lot of you guys are going to go, ho, ho, whoa.
Oh, but pre-COVID,
they weren't
pre-COVID, they weren't negotiating newsstands, unless like you could automatically assume, like looking in those years, that all the higher sales with whatever that is in that year are newsstands. Like it's the only way to like kind of really assume on that.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah, I mean, I was listing. I mean, Santos. We were in a comic book group together for a while, and then we got another one. But I used to post in the group all my modern age newsstand keys, and be so proud of it. And you would think like a newsstand hunter like me, this is kind of like the one that you need to have. It's not like super rare or anything, but it's like the one you need to have in your PC. And I just never owned it, so I will be looking now. I mean, because these are low prices, very low.
Wait a minute. Doc Joe says I've never owned a direct 9/8 of this. Like, how is that possible? I know how many Spawn 9/8s you have. Like, how do you not have an issue 1 direct 9/8? Like, you have like every other Spawn 9/8 you can think of. Like, how do you not have that one?
Interesting.
He's saving it for last. Like, once it completes its collection,
While before we move on to the next book, I want to go ahead and give you guys the goods. We will be doing a giveaway at the end of the show. So let's see here. We will be giving away rest in peace Ed Piscor, and of course my camera's mirrored, but this is the Red Room 1 in 10 right here for I believe it's issue 2. So we're going to give this away at the end. This is an Ed Piscor 1 in 10 retailer incentive. So
it's not mirrored because I can read the text.
No, it's mirrored because A and L is backwards. It has to be mirrored. Are you sure?
It looks normal to me. Like I can read the LA. It's not backwards.
Oh, it's mirrored. It's mirrored. Yeah, it's mirrored. I just off clicked it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's funny. Yeah. So that's funny. Doc Joe didn't have this in a CGC 9/8. He has everything else spawned, but not this. Interesting. All right. Let's go. Next one. Number 4. Strange Tales, issue number 169. This is down huge in a 9/8, but the numbers were so astronomically high and not obtainable from probably 90% of us, I would say. So that's why I didn't bring it up. I do want to mention though the 9/8s are down almost 70%. Those things were selling for between 10 and 13,000 last year. They're selling for like $5,000 now, $5-6,000. So I just want to give you a heads up. But I found the most attainable one in a CGC 9/6 for a book in 1973. That to me, that's a really good high grade. First cover appearance of Brother Voodoo. We're looking at a 6-month average of April of 2023 through Labor Day weekend of 2023. Average value for this book in a CGC 9/6 was $2,600. And now, this time last year, but now we'll go back about 3.5 months to March 2024 through this last month of 2024. Multiple sales, average value now $1,736. This drop in fair market value is down at or about 37%. Aaron, do you own this book?
I do not. I don't own this book.
I love this book. I want it so bad. I've never owned it. I want it so bad. I can't afford a 9.6, but even at 1736, but I was looking at a 9.2. Those were very, very good prices.
I did see a copy before in a shop, but like it was definitely not anywhere close to like even of this grade, right? So I didn't even bother asking about it. I mean, do you think it's just because the hype died down like after he didn't show up in the Doctor Strange film?
Yeah. Actually, that's a great point right there. You actually read my mind. 100% read my mind from today. I was going, oh man, him not showing up in that Doctor Strange, I think combined with the market, the market trends, that was just like the ultimate disaster.
I mean, do you think Marvel does go down that kind of like with like the reception of Werewolf by Night? Do you think they start going into that kind of stuff, like, so it makes sense that they're leading to Blade, or
Good point.
or are they just scrapping all of that now at this point? Because like,
I don't think they're scrapping it, because I think I was saying that in our last show. If you don't recall, I really truly believe that after Deadpool Wolverine, that the MCU is going to hedge on this supernatural stuff going into Avengers 5.
Okay. Yeah, I do recall that now.
Either or into Avengers 5 and after, because a lot of the stuff that we've just experienced over the last 3 years, right, hasn't been the greatest. So they have to try something new. They know that people flock to these Avengers films, and we're so far out from those. They go back and look what did good. The Halloween special, the Werewolf by Night special.
Well, just also like the mass appeal for Scarlet Witch.
Yes,
Doctor Strange as well, right?
Yep.
So
that's good call on that. Yeah, I love Brother Voodoo. I love Dr. Voodoo when in New Avengers 52, when they're all hunting down the Hood. This is the story. If you haven't read it, spoiler alert. I mean, it's been like 15 years. You haven't read it by now. I don't know what to tell you, but they're hunting down the Hood, and I believe he is possessed by Dormammu, and he's just doing bad shit. Excuse my French stuff, and they're cruising in the Avengers vehicle, whatever it was, a Queen Jet. I think it was a Queen Jet. And Doctor Strange is in the front. He's wearing the Eye of Agamotto. Eye of Agamotto, and the Eye of Agamotto just gravitates from his chest around his head to Brother Voodoo. And then, last page cameo, he's wearing it. So you get the next book, I believe is 53. You actually get the full introduction of Dr. Voodoo, where he becomes an actual Sorcerer Supreme. It's a really good story arc. Really cool. Made me love this character. Hi, Nathan. What up, man? He says he loves Voodoo as well. Appreciate you joining us, man. I haven't seen you in a little bit. We're playing fantasy football, or baseball and football together. So Cosmic One said he was great in Strange Academy. Great point. He was. Do a Strange Academy series on Disney. We have been hoping and waiting so long for that, man. I heard so many rumors too. It just not a lot of smoke though. It seemed like a lot of kind of what do they call that? Pump and dump.
Or just wishful thinking. Like, I feel like they still need to write a little bit more before they go.
Could be.
Yeah, because they barely had their first run. Now that they're in their spin-off series, right, with the final stuff, I think they're just developing those characters a little bit more. I mean, because I could see eventually 5 years also we see something with Spider-Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about 5 years, but the way that well, you know what? No, I mean, the way that they've been basically bringing characters to the forefront from with Sonyverse. If Sony still has the Spider-Verse, yeah, I mean, it could happen. But you guys have heard me say 100 times. I always go back to that Jon Favreau article where he says that he couldn't say too much because of the NDA, but he said basically the Star Wars and MCU writers, they typically wanted to adapt and develop a character after the 10-year point. So I mean, Strange Academy dropped that preview came out January, the last week of January, came out in 3 books, maybe 4 books in last week of January of 2020. And then the next week, the first week of February, there was 3 or 4 books. It was 7 total with that preview, that Strange Academy preview in there. And then Strange Academy 1, I believe, released like a few weeks after that. But yeah, I agree with the going heavy on Strange Academy. Love Strange Academy. Love the covers. Love that Scotty Young does the interiors. It's amazing. I love all the Ramos stuff. Cosmic One says Spider-Boy would be good in cartoons, 100%. Hi Nathan says I think they need to go full choose or choice. I don't know what he's saying here, but
choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure with Strange Academy. Oh, that's interesting. I used to read those choose your own adventure books all the time. I love those when I was a kid. So yeah, I like this character. I love this book. It's down. I honestly, I see this thing dropping even further after what I saw on the data, but I could be completely wrong, like I always say. But
is that 17? Is that 17? Is it 1736?
Yeah, 1736. I'm using the bangers font, so the 7 and the 1. Sometimes I got to go back and go, shit, what did I put?
Yeah. I mean, I could see a buy-in point for this being like the low point.
Yeah.
Absolute bombshell low, 1250.
In a 9.6, yeah.
Yeah, realistically, probably around like 13 to 15.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a sale. I want to say January, but maybe February this year for 1,100. So,
okay.
I didn't go back and look at it, so I don't know if that was like some kind of weird signature series. Maybe the algorithm caught like a 9.6, yeah, it's and by the way, guys, I am pulling the data. Aaron's doing the picks. I'm pulling the data. I'm looking at all marketplaces except Whatnot. So I'm looking at Golden. I'm looking at eBay. I'm looking at Comic Link. I'm looking at pretty much anybody that has consistent sales. And this is what we got. So, all right, let's go. We're looking at number 3. This is a fun one. We're looking at Power Girl, issue number 27. Specifically raw high-grade copies, VF near mint or better. Key issue comic, first cover art by Warren Lau, very popular hot Power Girl comic, comes in a newsstand edition as well. We're looking at April 2023 through the middle of summer of 2023. On average, fair market value was $161, with 2 high sales of $172 and $176 for a raw VF near mint or better copy of this book. Now, a year later, on the a little over 30 days, average value now, multiple sales too, $102, with low sales of $66 and $75. I'm just going to tell you, I'm a buyer. So when I jump off this, if I can work a deal for $66 to $75 all the way up to $100, I'm going to do it. What do you think, Aaron?
I think this is a good time to buy as well. I think there's a lot of buyers that, if they weren't collecting Power Girl before they've recently released their latest series, there are probably people buying some of those covers. There's definitely some of those that are standing out, which makes sense that you have more choices now at this point, more available, or more easily obtainable. Then it's gonna put less pressure on some of the classics. But as as those dry up, and then people look back into like some other banger covers that just people want, then it's gonna easily drive this book back up, right, in a demand, because there's gonna
100.
be less copies out there, but then so the price shorter, but the demand's higher. It's in that wave. So
yeah, good points all around. I didn't look at orders by retailers on Comic-Con on this. It was a 2011 book, so it should be on there. I can't imagine there's too many of these, because I was seeing fine copies selling for like 50, 60 bucks. I mean, I saw one guy sell one for $61 and it said damaged on it.
Oh, wow.
Which I didn't include in the data. So, yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's go back here. 161. What's in? So
those graders those said like extra or
So 30 plus % down. Yeah. Check the graders notes. Exactly. Yeah. I was looking at graded copies of this. I didn't really. I mean, there is a drop in graded copies, but the raw copies were definitely the cliffhanger, so to speak. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hit the chat real quick. AOA holding it down. Thank you, AOA and Mike. You guys are awesome. Jeff Drake as well. All you guys are the wrench. You guys are special. Giving Aaron Yee's IG, where he breaks cards and pulls crazy case hits. Make sure you sub up to or following him on Instagram. And then Dwayne Scott's in the house. He says there are 2 obvious reasons that's a buy.
Just 2.
Well, I was looking at the valley in between. No, I'm kidding. All right. Let's go. Enough of this. Ohtani just hit a home run. Very nice. All right.
Nice.
Just got the alert. So, all right. I'm a big Ohtani fan, in case you didn't know. Aaron is too. So, all right. Let's get to the last 2 books of Buy the Dip, episode 27 on this 4th of July, 2024 holiday weekend. Make sure you guys are staying with us at the end. We have pickups and we have a nice giveaway. We're looking at another one of Aaron's submissions. I thought this was another great one. This is Wizard, issue number 1, specifically this San Diego Comic-Con edition. This is the file copy. Of course, this is from the 1991. I would almost, I wouldn't say icon. Well, I don't know. Wizards are getting so popular. You think? Should we use it? Iconic? Should we get it? Iconic,
I think it's iconic.
Magazine cover art by the one and only Todd McFarlane. We're looking at this book specifically in a CGC 9.8 near mint. In case you didn't know, we're looking at a 12-month average, June of last year to June of this year. Average value was $1,000. You're right. I want to say 7, but I think that's $1,156 with 2 high sales of $3,000 and 1 high sale of $1,400. I probably should use a different font when I put the prices there. Yeah, but I mean, when I saw the high sale 3K, I was like, okay, that has to be like some kind of crazy 9.9 that caught the algo, or maybe like Stan Lee signed it or something. No, I can't believe it. Now we go, and this June to the begin 2 sales actually this week over the first 2 days of July. May, June 2024 to July 2024. Average value now $674 with a recent low sale that Aaron found for $460. Aaron, how did you even find that?
I was just searching through to see like what had sold recently, and I noticed that one of these Wizard CGC 9.8s, which was also a file copy, sold for $460. I mean, I have a couple theories. I'll even mention the seller. It was Probstein. So I mean, I get Probstein's big for cards and sports memorabilia and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like all these like big auction or consigners are trying to break into the comic market, and also like some of the TCG stuff. But like, I think with his reception on certain things, right, that his transition to trading cards hasn't been as good as his transfer into sports cards. Sorry about my dog.
No worries. We're all dog lovers here. I've gotten some unbelievable support from all you guys for my dog. And Aaron's dog is actually, we can even throw up the iconic sign twice when it comes to Aaron's dog because it's I'm used to it now. And he's a good dog. So
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know if Probstein's the right place to consign your comics, right? Unless you're just like I get it that he's just trying to get his name out there.
right.
And then if people get good enough deals, they're just gonna keep on buying from him. But at the same time, like if you own this copy and you consigned it to him and you didn't get anywhere close to where you paid, because I don't think there's that many file copies, right? Like it might just be like a single.
Pretty much, I would say of the 10 listings I found, 10 of them were file copies. There was only one that wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So for the SDCC, I don't even know if it wasn't, to be honest with you. They just didn't list it on there. I'm just saying that. But I calculated 10 sales of combined, and they all said file copy except one. So
okay. So I mean, I guess there's quite a few out there. I mean, I would assume it's like anyone that worked in that office for Wizard, right?
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, this is it's what everybody's waiting for. In your opinion, is this a good time to grab this in a CGC 9.8? Do you think this is a good investment, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I like this because it's Wizard #1, it's the collector's edition, and it was from the biggest con. It's definitely going to be hard to get a 9.8 because like I can't imagine like back then like people I mean, I get that people are going to take care of their collectibles, but it's not going to be as rampant as it is today, right? With grading out there. Because but I mean, like it's it is an iconic cover, and you can still have that chance of finding those autos in some of them.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're getting in a CGC 9.8, I mean, it's do they mark it on the label if
the poster is signed on the inside?
Yeah.
I don't know if they notate that or not.
I would label or
I would assume it shows up in the graders notes.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you could take the blue label and get the points dinged or whatever.
Gotcha.
Or now with the JSA verification, right?
Mad Respect in the house says, good evening, community. Appreciate you, Mad Respect. Ryan's in the house. He's saying, what up, Yachus? What's up, Ryan?
And then the magazine market, I think it's just now like,
and that's like, exactly good point.
It's just picking up, right? It's just starting. Like I think
Wizard too, especially Wizard,
right?
Sports Illustrated,
like Sports Illustrated is always going to be popular. Like I think Wizard, since a lot of people coming from comics are getting to magazines as well, because we just like expensive paper, right?
Yeah. That was a good one. But and it's a McFarlane, first issue. Aaron and I are both agreeing. Iconic Wizard issue, iconic magazine cover art. Like he was saying, like he just showed, there's going to be many peaks and valleys for this book. I mean, it's just going to happen. It's always going to be desirable. It's always going to be obtainable online, I should say. But and I would even go as far as saying this is liquid, and it could be, I wouldn't say liquid like, tons of money right at the peaks and valleys. You want to know, you want to sell at the right time. You want to start your auctions at the right time, the right amount. But yeah, I think this is a good buy. And like I said before, there's going to be peaks and valleys, and I can see this thing reaching up above this 674 average again. Cosmic One says, doesn't seem like a bad deal. If I was rich, I'd pull the trigger. Appreciate you, Cosmic One. Always putting up good comments in all of our chats, all of our shows. Ryan says AOA's in the house. Yes, he is. Good man. All right. Last book issue. Issue number 1 book on Buy the Dip, episode 27. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you stay for the giveaway, and we have some pickups. We're looking at Once again, this book is up on Buy the Dip. So we're looking at Department of Truth, issue number 1, the Secret Oswald variant. Image reports to retailers. Typically, it's found out of every 10 copies ordered. Looking at this specifically in a CGC 9.8. Okay. Multiple first appearances in here. I'm not going to go down the list. There's so many, but most of them are one and done. But the two main ones, though, is first appearance of Cole Turner. He's in multiple issues. And, of course, the woman in the red dress. Okay. May 2023 to May 2024. 12-month average fair market value was $105 in a CGC 9.8. A year later, going into July of 2024, on 4th of July weekend, average fair market value now $65. This drop in value is at or about 38%. And I want to add this. This is the 5th printing, Secret Oswald incentive variant. This actually sold in a CGC 9.8 for $30.
Wow.
This was, if you guys are not, just to refresh, this was in June, obviously, so it's a 30 days ago, so it's, you know, but if you guys are not aware, this book was actually it was printed mistakenly. Not this book, this issue was printed mistakenly. I think they transponded the covers or something like that. I don't remember. And then they had to print a whole bunch more. They recalled them. And yeah, so I just wanted to bring you guys that attention. $30 for a CGC 9.8 for the 5th print. Oswald.
Oh, no. I remember what happened with that. They they mixed up the A cover and the one of the incentive covers. They mixed them which one was which. And so they corrected
the 1 in
it.
50. The 1 in 50.
the
So
150s.
so the regular covers had all the 1 in 50s, and the incentive was like backwards, right?
Yeah.
It had the regular cover. The
Yeah,
yellow.
the
yellow.
the yellow was became the open to order, and then the red became like the incentive or whatever, when it was supposed to be the opposite. That the yellow was supposed to be the 1 in 50 or 1 in 25. I can't remember which one. But then they corrected it all by reprinting both of them. And so they just ended up doubling both, right? So they just basically made them both open to order.
Basically.
So they basically just crashed their own book or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I know because I pre-ordered and I took a big hit, but he gave me all the errors too. So I have tons. In my Whatnot sales, I've been putting these in people's, like, you know, in their packages this week.
Well, I feel like this is going to easily jump up since the story just relaunched and they picked up right back on the Lee Harvey Oswald stuff.
Yeah, it is a great read.
So I mean, this, you know, the book itself has taken a break for a little bit, but they started back up again, and they started back off, you know,
new story arc
from back from their roots or whatever.
Last Wednesday,
yeah. So I think over time, like if the story arc is just as, or the read is just as good as it was when it first started again, or when it first started, then I think more people will go back and be like, oh, at these prices, I want to own this book again.
Yeah. Shout out to King of the Golden State. If you're not here, hopefully you're watching the rewind. Good buddy of ours. He subbed up our channel about 3-4 months ago. I've known the guy, you know, from YouTube and comics and stuff for maybe 4 years. Rest in peace, TiVo. Of course, we were regulars on his show, but yeah, I mean, he was like, hey, you need to have Department of Truth books on there. Those things are down. And of course, you know, we take that stuff and we note it. And, you know, we have to tread carefully when it comes to, you know, people that are submitting books and stuff. We have to still pull the data and stuff. And when I came across this today and I saw how, I mean, $65 for a CGC 9.8, I mean, that's basically breaking even almost, right? I mean, if you bought this book, let's say you didn't pre-order this book and you bought on the secondary market when it was pumping, you know, I mean, that was during the pandemic, but still, it was, even if this dropped today, I think it would have been a hot book. So let's say $20 double ratio, and you go and you send it to CGC, you get it pressed, even if you don't get it pressed, you just send a CGC with shipping and stuff. That's $65 right there. So, I mean, I think this is an equity stake to buy in right here. And I think that when you buy in, I see this thing going up.
All right, real quick. Let's welcome in Chicago Schultze.
Schultze?
Last.
Oh, okay. Chicago Schultze. Hello, guys. New to the channel. One love from Chicago. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. All right. Good eye, Aaron.
Yes.
Good eye. I'm trying to listen to Aaron and make sure all of our people are taken care of in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that, Aaron. Hell yeah. We have some really good comments. Let's go ahead and get back into it. So Remo's back in the house. What up, Remo? Appreciate you, brother. You have an invite on the show at any time, so just let me know ahead of time, and I will send Aaron and I, or either one of us, will send you a link. Shane Sterry says the best show. Love your work, legends. Appreciate you, brother. Really appreciate you. I believe he's from Australia too. Nice. So tuning in from Australia, the down under, the great down under. Big Remo says still has a whole lot of meat on the bone. Totally agree. 100%. Talking about Department of Truth Secret Oswald variant of CGC 98. Ryan says, I got 2 of those from a local shop here when it hit the shelf. Sold both about a year ago. Okay, interesting. So he got that $105. Nice. Mad Respect says DOT just resumed, and everybody on YouTube said it's a great read. Yeah, I've read. I haven't read in order like I did with Something Is Killing the Children, but I've read multiple issues. It is a great read. It is. I can't wait till it gets adapted.
I think I'm read up until all the cryptic animal stuff, like when they start going.
Oh yeah,
Bigfoot and all that. I think there were a few issues after that I didn't really read, so I need to make sure I have this on my pull list at the LCS I'm at now.
Cosmic One is saying the new issue of Department of Truth that dropped last Wednesday, which is a new story arc, as Aaron and I were just alluding to. He says a truly good read. All the Simmons covers had a crinkle locally, a little of a letdown. Interesting. I have to look out for that. Jersey the Bay says still a good read. Newest issue just dropped 100%. And of course, him and Mad Respect always on the same page here, as all of us are. Says Jinx. Appreciate you. Mad Respect. Jersey Bay also says one of the last titles still on my pull list. Okay. Ryan says, but most shops didn't know about the secret variant. Yes. Well, I don't know. I'm not a retailer.
It's true. The retailer didn't know at first, and then it got talked about a lot. And then once that was discovered, so any copies that they had left on their shelf still, they went through and pulled these aside, right?
Interesting. It's hard to you have to really look at it to kind of, because of the colors are so, and the shading, because it's her fit or it's Kennedy's face, right? Normally on there, or is it?
Yeah, it's Kennedy's. No, it's Kennedy's or Oswald, which is a secret. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Chicago Schultze. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And then Cosmic One says it'll be going up. That's for sure. Appreciate you, brother. And then Jeffrey Drake is welcoming Chicago Schultze. All the boys are welcoming him. Wilbert's welcoming them as well. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. King of the Golden State giving us IG. Chicago Schultze goes on and says, Remo, long time no see. Drake, Wilbert. Awesome. Glad you made it here, Chicago Schultze. Thank you so much. Hi, Nathan says, check out Corey Ross DOT sketches. Pretty great. AOA holding it down. Real Fake Comics says one of the new covers shows the JFK shooting. Ooh, interesting. I like that. I like that one cover. I don't know if Joe had it or what, but it has Oswald. I believe it's Oswald sitting down with X's on his eyes, and then he's also up there shooting the woman in the red dress in the head. Like
and it's like that silhouette. Shadow.
Yeah. That cover's amazing. Tony Blue Green Artifacts. Tony Fix says, gents, what's up, Tony? Appreciate you, brother. Glad to see you, man. Ryan says, thanks, Yee. All right. And then Chicago Schultze's ending it by saying, so glad I put this on my pull list after issue 1. Love to see this in live action. So would I. And that I'm trying to figure out how are they going to do that with the baby eating. I'm kidding.
To me, I think it's gonna it's gonna be a stream thing, obviously, and then it's someone that wants to compete against like Black Mirrors, like
Right.
those kind of
Oh, okay.
stories. Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
like with like conspiracy theories and all that. Like I think it's gonna have the touch of the X-Files to it, kind of feel to it. So I
That's
don't
what
think it.
that new series we talked about on Friday, Proof, right?
Oh yep. So
They're saying that's supposed to be like X-Files too, because Fox took it over and they're pitching it as like an X-Files type series. Kind of like kind of Twilight Zone-y, you know.
yeah.
But different than Something's Killing the Children in House of Slaughter. That's like an ongoing story about, you know, the Order of St. George, everything around it, you know, and all individual characters and these monsters and so on and so forth, the different towns. This is similar to, if I can compare it to anything, I mean, this is probably a bad comparison, but it's kind of like the genre of Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man is kind of similar to this in the sense that, you know, it's kind of changes story to story. But the difference is this is based on conspiracy theories that are very public. So,
Well, it's I see the idea that like the woman in the red dress is kind of like the narrator in the Ice Cream Man stories.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good
That you
call.
had the recurring character that kind of is like the
Like the
puppeteer.
woman in the red dress shows up like in almost everyone. Starface Man shows up in a bunch of, you know, and then they basically rehash different conspiracy theories that have happened in our lifetime, or actually not in our just in our lifetime, but in, you know, even our grandfather's lifetime. So and with all, and I'm expecting to see some actual stuff, more stuff about aliens too, with all this new stuff coming out with the UFO and what is that, UPAs or UAPs or whatever they call those, unidentified anomaly phenomenons they call them. Tony Fix is asking you any word on this past the option. If not, the option probably lapsed. You would know more about that than me.
I think they updated something not too long ago. I'm not part of the Tiny Onion Club anymore.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
I just didn't renew it for another year. I was like kind of like, what do I need a pile of gold foils for another year for? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Chicago Schulte says X-Files meets Umbrella Academy.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, I can kind of, yeah. Parker Rizzo, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. He says, are we going to look back 3 years from now and say we should have went big on Miles books? Yeah. So I got to talk to Aaron about this. I actually haven't mentioned Aaron, but I did talk to Bryan about it, and we're working on something to where we're going to start doing a reflective on Buy the Dip and collectively. And so stay tuned for that. And I'm sure Miles books are going to be all over that once we reach and we just figure out how we're going to do it. So Real Fake Comic says the new EC comic has 3 new narrators.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Oh damn man, I forgot to put that on my pull list.
Chicago Schulte continues and says, I love how you can pick up and read any issue of Ice Cream Man and it stands alone. One of my favorite reads in recent years. 100%. Great comment. Real Fake Comics says they are on the cover of the one. I believe he's saying 1 in 100. And then Tony Fix is ending it off by saying, nice crowd, hit that like button. Appreciate you, brother. And just a reminder, if that is still out of your price range and you want to grab the 5th print secret variant with Oswald in red, you can get it in a CGC 9.8. According to this, it's low $30 US. So make sure you guys keep that in your back pocket. All right, Aaron, let's do some pickups and then we'll do our giveaway right after.
All right. So I did open a series 2 hobby box. I didn't get a auto, but I did get this relic, which is a Alex Bregman game used jersey piece, all-star.
Cool.
So I was like kind of like, okay, I can accept that. Like, can't complain.
It's an Astro. Yeah.
It's an Astros. I like Bregman. And then I was like, there's got to be like either a number card, and then I saw this on the back. I was like, kind of like, oh, cool, Ronald Acuna Jr. card. I was like, and I turned it around, and I was like, oh, it's a home field advantage. I mean, I get
Nice.
that he's injured and all that, and his cards are like not really going up. But I was like, this is not a bad card to have. Like,
Dude, he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the only, I mean, does he have 2 rings? He has at least 1 ring. And on top of that, he has multiple MVPs or just 1 MVP. And then on top of that, he's the only guy in history to hit 40 home runs and still 70 or 80 bases. I mean, come
70,
on.
yeah, 40, 70.
40, 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's great.
That's a great pull. Great pull.
I had band practice the other day, and then I got my tape in. So this is the Chrome edition.
Ooh.
So this is
with the old singer or the new singer?
So it's the old singer.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still the same tape. But this is the band members only edition. So there's only like 15 different copies of this. It's band members only that have this.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Shout out to Dan Gump, my longtime friend. Oh, that's a normal one?
Yeah, and it's purple. It's on the purple tape.
Put them side by side if you can.
Okay. Here's the purple band member or standard, and then this is the band members. Yeah. So you can see the chrome in the light and stuff like that compared to the normal. So it's pretty cool. I've never had a chrome tape before, and I was like, kind of like, oh, at least I have a band members only copy now.
You got questions in the chat too, brother. It says, does the jersey patch smell?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I love AOA. He's so funny. Jeffrey Jake says, are you playing any gigs soon?
July 17th, I'm playing in Houston. I don't know what venue, but follow my Instagram. I always share the flyer, like usually the week of the show. So July 17th, which is a Wednesday.
Is saying it looks sweet. And Bryan says it's so badass.
So I got this comic, Patient Number 9. I won this in a raffle. Actually, it was a giveaway raffle, so you could just enter, put 1 entry. But here's the cool part: it has a sealed Ozzy Osbourne CD with it, the Patient Number 9. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then you gotta buy books on the dip, right?
Man. See, we follow our own advice here.
Yeah,
let's see the barcode.
Oh, it's just a direct.
Okay,
yeah, it's just a direct.
Still cool.
But
20,000, I think, issues.
But for like $30 plus shipping or whatever.
How's the shape? It's good condition.
It's pretty good condition. I'm gonna have to take it out of the bag and board. The corners look really sharp. I'm pretty stoked about it. I have to check the back for color rub and all that. But I bought it from Lucas. Or Chilling Screens and Cornbread. So I was really stoked about that. He had it during the How May I Help You sale, and I was you have this for sale right now? I can just go to your Shopify and buy it. I was sold.
See, that's what I like about these sales. Even on Whatnot, when Brian's having his sales or Aaron's having his sales, you go in there and you just want to support your friends, and then you're
you end up buying something.
You end up buying stuff, and you're hey, you knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. You support your friends, literally, financially and being there, and on top of that, you got a new book. So,
yeah. I did get another book in the mail, but I didn't grab a mail yet. So,
yeah, I want to let you guys know, everybody who's been purchasing from me on Whatnot, thank you guys so much. You guys know I'm by myself. I do these stacker sales, so I'm sending a lot of books out, a lot. And ink for me, if you're watching, appreciate your brother. Good dude. His name's Mike. I spent so much. I used so many Gemini mailers over the weekend, and for him, I ran out. So, in case you're waiting, you will have your stuff probably after the 4th of July, and it's on the way. I'm just my Geminis just showed up tonight. So, all right, let's go. So shout out to Graham Crackers Comics. I really like them. I'm not sponsored or affiliated by them, but they are one of my favorite online stores that actually have a location here in Southern California. I believe it's in the Inland Empire. Never been there, but I really want to go. But I pre-ordered this book and it arrived here on Tuesday when DC Comics drop. Tuesday, yeah. So, but I haven't opened it, and I think I know what it is. Should be. So let me sorry. I usually manhandle this stuff, but I've been feeling kind of weak lately. Been staying up a lot with my dog, not getting a lot of sleep. All right. So this is a fun one. This book started off really slow and starting to pick up some heat. I saw some sales, Aaron, for between $50 and $60 this week. So I wonder if it's going to make a list again, but it was on a list last week. I believe it was on our list.
Oh, I'm excited to see what this is. Is it a newer book or back
Yeah,
issue?
yeah. You'll know right away.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm so stoked. I'm so happy. This is the first book in a long time that's brand new that I actually was really excited for.
Yeah.
So it's we call it the Neon Lobo, and I actually think this is a Bryan McClay book, if anything, because not only he likes Lobo and this neon stuff, but you got the aliens in the back here, and yeah. So I grabbed that. But
nice. That's a badass pickup.
All right. So let's do a giveaway, and then we'll call it a night. You working tomorrow, Aaron?
Yes, and then I am on holiday until Monday.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't keep you too long. Let's go ahead and give away Red Room, the 1 in 10. This is issue number 2, the Ed Piskor 1 in 10 poker face cover. And let's go ahead and raffle it off. Let's do this. Randomizer. So everybody who wants to be in the giveaway, I'm going to put go right here. And after it says go, give me a thumbs up and I'm going to add you right now. And we're going to give you a couple of minutes.
Nice.
No thumbs up. I don't want that book. Oh, does anybody want it? Okay, we got one. We got Wilbert. We got 2. We got Tom. We got Jersey to the Bay. We are giving away Red Room, issue number 2, the Ed Piskor 1 in 10 incentive variant. Hi, Nathan. I'm still putting you in there. I know you want to always pay it forward. You're a good guy. All right, so let's go ahead. Call them off to me, Aaron.
Creed, the Mad Respect.
Hang on one second. List randomizer. Okay, go ahead. Creed.
The Mad Respect.
The Mad Respect.
Oh, do you want to start at the very beginning?
No, all when I said go, anybody who comments after.
Wilbert, Tom, Jersey to the Bay.
Okay.
Hi, Nathan.
Okay.
Did you get Creed already?
Got Creed. Got 5 so far.
You got the Mad Respect.
Oh, we got more people here. We see we got Jeffrey Drake.
Yep.
Keep going.
Ryan Hyslip. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah. I just call him Ryan. Ryan H.
Yeah. Rhinoverse. Real Fake Comics.
Okay.
Cosmic One. Figure Drawing. AOA.
Okay.
Okinawa Jarhead.
I love him. Appreciate you, Okinawa. Good dude.
All right. You already got the Mad Respect. He's just participating in chat.
We'll go one more minute. Let's put Chicago Schultze in there.
Oh, and the new guy? Yep.
And
he just responded with a finger. Number 1.
Let's put Sean in there. Sean S. Let's see.
Oh, put Funhouse in there.
Funhouse. Yeah, Funhouse. That's a good call.
Yeah.
We'll put Remo in there. We'll put Tony Fix in there.
Did Spidey guy Murphy?
Spidey guy Murph.
He probably had to leave earlier.
Yeah, he usually watches the replay. Gives us a funny comment.
He said something earlier, but yeah, he probably had to. I know he's on. I think he's on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't remember where people live. My memory bank doesn't have that much memory.
Okay, so let me go ahead and oh wow, I'm surprised. Remember everything else. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna go down the list. Tell me if I'm missing anybody. I got Creed, the Mad Respect, Wilbert, Tom Jersey, Hi Nathan, Jeffrey Drake, Rhinoverse, Real Fake Comics, Cosmic One on. Figure Drawing, AOA, Okinawa Jarhead, Chicago Schultze, Funhouse Comics, Big Remo, Tony Fix, Sean S, and Spidey Guy Murph. That's Sean S for the Australian, not the UK.
One more, Alan Winrow.
Okay. Alan Winrow.
Yeah. WINROW is the last.
Okay. Appreciate that. All right. That's it. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, guys, let's go. We are going to randomize it 4 times. All right. We copy and paste or copy it just in case it doesn't work. Okay. And then, all right. So 4 times. Here we go, guys. Good luck to you. So you guys can see. You guys can see right on top of the screen. I'm going to run 4 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sean S from Australia. Oh man, that's gonna be expensive shipping.
But that's what super chats are for. Let's go.
Oh man, I know. And you know what? And shout out to into the UK. What is it? Into the Void UK, the other Sean. Was talking to him. He won a awesome drawing, and I ended up sending the books to the wrong person. I sent it to Okinawa Jarhead, and I what happened was because he's in the UK, and he according to him, he told me that that he didn't correspond with me because he figured that it was just too expensive to ship because it was a lot. It's heavy, right? And so I said, hey, I want to send you something really nice. You know, I told him straight up, I made a mistake. My bad. You know, please forgive me. You know, I felt really bad about it. And I'm not going to ask the Okinawa Jarhead to send these comics back and get through all that. So I was like, okay, I want to send you something nice. And he came back and said, hey, you know what? I want to support everything that's going on with Frankie, your dog. And you know what? Just keep it, put it towards, you know, if you could, whatever you're going to send me, flip it and use that money towards Frankie. I thought that was amazing, but I said, no, I'm still going to send you something. So we're going to send you something. Into the Void UK. Love you, brother. You're awesome. And I even in the UK, I don't care. So I'm gonna send him something really nice. I do have his cards though. He did win some cards too. So we have his cards here, and I'll talk to you about it a little bit later. All right. So one more time, Sean S from Australia, you did win. I'm really happy for you. I will be sending you this, and typically I do send. Sometimes I throw in little extras, but unfortunately, you're in Australia, so that might cost me an extra $20 or $30 that I don't have. But you will be getting this. Congratulations, brother. Really appreciate it. All right, Aaron. What do you got coming up? What do you got coming up, Aaron, this week?
I'm doing a couple whatnot sales on Thursday, the 4th of July. It'll be before fireworks, so like at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. And then on Saturday, or no, that Thursday, I'm going on at 3:30 Central, so 4:30 Central on that Friday. So during the daytime, so I can I know we're not doing long story short on 4th of July. You know, spend time with families, go see fireworks. Don't drink and drive. Call Uber. You know, there's gonna be a lot of crazy shit happening.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's especially around here. I don't know if you guys know about the Orange County and especially Newport Beach and Huntington Beach in during 4th of July. But you can Google it and you can see all the videos. It is mayhem. I mean, I've been there when there was literal riots, like the LA riots in the streets of Huntington Beach, like crazy stuff. Like, I'll tell you this real quick, one story. So I was a sophomore in high school and I was with a bunch of hardcore straight edge guys. So I was real deep into the hardcore scene. Like, I was playing all the time. I was in 3 bands. I was going to every show. I would never wear like a surfing shirt or any kind of plain t-shirt. It was always like a band t-shirt. Like, I was one of those guys, right? And long story boring, I freaking wanted to get into the ruckus because I was kind of a pain in the ass as a teenager. And I went down to Huntington Beach because everybody said that they were doing their mayhem stuff. And I was with about 15, maybe 20 dudes, and there was probably like 5 or 6 women with us, young women. And we were in between 6th Street, which is right after Main Street, and then all the way to 15th Street. There was a bonfire, and there was a couch on fire, and these jarheads, Marines, like real Marines, had their shirts off, and they were watching this fire. They weren't doing anything. They were watching. There was probably 10 of them. They were yoked. And there was these freaking skinhead guys that went in there, and they had a Confederate flag and an American flag, and they threw it in the fire, and all shit broke loose, dude. These guys started fighting. Next thing you know, as these guys are fighting, I look behind us, I hear marching. There is rows of cops, HBPD in riot gear in formations of 2, and they're going down the back alley. I see the helicopter up above where the ocean is because it's really close to the beach. And it was so synchronized. It gives me chills when I think about it. These guys flanked these guys, went all the way around through the back alleys. And then once there was obviously cops and riot gears on the other side too that I couldn't see. The helicopter comes in and puts the spotlight on them and goes, "Everybody down on the ground now. This is Huntington Beach Police." And as they say that, 4 cop cars, because it's in the middle of a crossroads in the neighborhood, they're like utility vehicles. They all go boom, boom like this. And all these cops come out of the alleys, and everybody disperses to go in the alleys, and you see everybody disappear and everybody run back because the cops are just swinging. It was incredibly scary. I was so scared. I was like, dude, get me out of here. I'm only like 15, 16 years old. We got away or what have you. But then as I got older and, 21 years old, you want to go or, there's, whoever you date, men, women, whatever, you want to go. Well, for me, it was hot girls or whatever. And we went to Newport Beach, and that even got even crazier. There's even more stories after that. So if you guys want to see some fun like clips or some riot, or you're into seeing that stuff, check out 4th of July in Huntington Beach and 4th of July in Newport Beach past years on Google or YouTube. You'll see some crazy stuff. So anyways, yeah, so that I'm no longer a part of causing a ruckus. Now I'm an old man and I take care of my dog, and going to be having a whatnot sale. I was going to ask you, was there a certain reason you were going to do the whatnot sale on? You did mention something about 4% commission.
Yeah, so yeah, there's that reason, and then I was like, I'm bringing up books that I had for How May I Help You, and then I'm going to mark down the prices even more.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So,
yeah, Aaron, if you guys are not following Aaron on whatnot, highly recommend it, especially if you collect cards. He does card breaks sometimes. I know it's been a minute since you've done card breaks on there. Are you thinking about doing some more, maybe?
Eventually at some point in time. I did save up enough money to buy a case at one point in time. So
Okay.
so I'll probably try to do a case break at some point in time. So that should be pretty fun.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'll end with some exciting news. I actually just went in with somebody. Actually, it was a while ago, and they just showed up. So we're gonna be breaking some Marvel cards pretty soon. I got some
nice.
Marvel metal coming, and I also have some Marvel annual cards coming as well, because you can get the autos in there and stuff. But yeah, so that should be pretty fun. I don't know much about Marvel cards, but I definitely want to learn. I know there's a lot of our subscribers and viewers that are into that stuff. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and run down the books that we just talked about, like we do on the Hot 10. Let me go ahead and say goodbye to all you guys. I really appreciate everything. You guys have been amazing to us. And let's go.